All right. This is welcoming you to the Sure Success YouTube channel. Um, I'm glad that we are going to run this series because over the years we have been able to gather experiences and we can't keeping these things to ourselves. It is time that we begin to share these experiences and help JAMB candidates to begin to do well. You see, every year, hundreds of thousands of candidates register for UTME, and you discover that, and sadly so, very few candidates are able to score up to 300 and above at the end of the day. Okay, and you see, it doesn't take much to score this high. It's all about knowing a few secrets, understanding a few things that are going to help you to get that desired score. Okay, so that is what we want to do in this series of teachings, because these teachings are going to come in parts. Okay, for the sake of convenience, I will not be able to teach everything I need to teach. I will not be able to deliver it all in one particular video. So I've decided to break these videos into parts so that it will be convenient for you. You listen to the first part, you listen to the second part, you listen to the third part, and so on. And I want to encourage you to ensure that you don't miss any of these videos for any reason, because what you need may just be in the next part. What you need for your breakthrough, what you need to ace JAMB may just be in the second or the third part of the series. So I want to encourage you, if you are not yet a follower of this channel, I encourage you to click on the follow button, subscribe, and click on the bell notification so that you'll be notified when I post other videos. My name is Henry Divine, and I'm going to be your coach and your guide in this series of teachings. So first of all, I want to treat the first part of our video today. And in this first part, I'm going to be helping you to understand the UTME game. I'm going to be helping you to understand the UTME game because I believe it is important for you as a JAMB candidate to understand what this thing is all about. Because if you do not have understanding of what these things is all about, you are not ready. You are not ready to score that high score that you desire. So in this first part, I'm going to show you what UTME really is and what it is not, so that you have that firm understanding and will begin to build on that from this point. Okay, so I want to really thank you again for coming around this channel. I know that you've been searching and you've been searching and you've been searching, and finally you are here. And you are here not just because you want to pass JAMB, okay? Not just because you want to pass JAMB. You are here because you want to score very high, and I mean high. Okay, now I want to start by telling you the truth that many candidates do not want to hear, because let me warn you early enough, I'm going to be saying things that many candidates will not be comfortable to hear, but in those things I will be saying will lie the secret that when you grab, you are going to soar very high as far as UTME is concerned. So the first thing I want to let you know is that UTME is not a test of who is the most intelligent. UTME is not. Remember, I promised to show you what UTME is and what it is not. First of all, I'm telling you that UTME is not a test of who is the most intelligent. Otherwise, very brilliant students will not be rewriting JAMB year after year. So the fact that very intelligent people that you know, very brilliant students that you know, come back to buy JAMB form in the JAMB portal, you can click the drop down menu and you see many years that they have written JAMB. Okay, so you discover that despite their intelligence, they were performing intelligently in their O level. They were doing all kinds of things. Some of them were coming first in their O level, doing all of that. Very nice WAEC result, but JAMB is a different ball game. JAMB is a strategy-based exam. UTME, as it were, is a strategy-based exam. JAMB is not interested in how much grammar you can speak. JAMB is not interested in how fast you can solve mathematics in class. No, that is not what JAMB is interested. JAMB is interested in knowing how well you understand their pattern. Listen, listen, I said their pattern. JAMB is interested in knowing, in testing how well you as the candidate understand their pattern. How familiar are you with their questions? How familiar are you with their questions? How smartly can you manage time? How smartly can you manage pressure? A lot of people don't understand these things. How smartly can you manage pressure? How smartly can you manage time? How smartly can you manage your accuracy? Haven't you noticed that a lot of students study day and night and they score 180? You meet this student, he says, but I studied. And those around him can attest to the fact that he studied. But there's another student that did not study so much, did not read day and night. Now, don't get me wrong, we are starting. But this student studied smartly. This student studied wisely. And it is this smart way of studying and preparing for JAMB that I want to teach you in this series of videos. And the guy that studied smartly scores 320. The difference, listen, the difference is not intelligence. The difference is not intelligence. The difference is in understanding the game. The difference is simply in understanding the game. Okay, so let me clear you on what UTME is not. I want to clear you on this very quickly. What is it that this exam is not? Number one, I want to let you know that UTME is not a miracle exam. UTME is not a miracle exam. You know, we live in an environment where a lot of us are overly religious. Okay? Where a lot of us are overly religious, and I have to address this at the very beginning of this, because this is Africa, okay? Where people believe in magic formula, people believe that prayers can replace preparation, people believe that there is a shortcut to everything, okay? Their shortcut can replace their need for discipline. Now, UTME does not work that way, okay? UTME is not a miracle exam. I believe in miracle, but there are principles to life. Okay? There are principles to everything we do in life. And UTME is not an exception. I'm going to tell you another thing that UTME is not. UTME is not about reading everything. I wish I can say this over and over and over again. A lot of candidates think that because they are carrying large textbooks, because they are reading this and reading that and reading this and reading that, and because they don't sleep at night, because they are attending this and attending that, that they are really, really preparing for the exam. No. Sorry to burst your bubble. UTME is not about trying to read all the textbooks, trying to cover everything. No. JAMB does not set questions from everywhere. You have to get this at the very beginning of this series. JAMB does not set questions from everywhere. Rather, JAMB sets questions from their syllabus. We are going to treat this in details very soon. JAMB sets questions from where? From their syllabus. JAMB sets questions from a set of questions we call repeated areas. There are repeated areas, as I will begin to show you later, that there are areas that JAMB keep repeating. Yes, there's a syllabus, but when you come to the syllabus, there are areas that JAMB continues to repeat. And you have to understand that. JAMB sets questions from frequently tested concepts. Okay? So smart candidates read what matters. Smart candidates do not read everything. Smart candidates do not read everything. So they discover what matters and they focus on what matters and they read them. Are you getting it? And you are getting smart. Listening to this series will make you smarter and smarter and smarter. As you listen and learn and absorb these things, you are going to become smarter. And I want to tell you once again to subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to this channel. Invite your friends to subscribe to this channel. This channel is going to reveal a lot to you. Okay? Now, the third thing is that UTME is not about expo or what you people call runs. So if you are still hoping for expo, if you are still hoping for runs, let me be blunt to you. There's no such thing. There's no such thing. And JAM does not even need to catch you to ruin your future. JAM does not even need to catch you to ruin your 1 year of preparation. No, JAM does not need to catch you. But one wrong move by you, one careless decision that you will take will cost you months of effort, will cost you years of effort. Okay? You notice that some people are careless. Some people, once they start failing JAM, some of the people that you see that have written JAM 2 times, 3 times, are in that particular situation because they started failing. I don't know how that works, but for most people it is true. Because they failed the first time, they failed the second time, they failed the third time. And possibly you were hoping on expo, you were hoping on runs, maybe because you were able to do that in your O-level exams. In your SSCE, you were able to do 1 or 2 expos, 1 or 2 runs, and you succeeded. You think that JAMB is like that. No, JAMB is not like that. JAMB is not like that. I'm going to conclude this part. I'm going to conclude this part by showing you in a nutshell. In the next part, I'm going to elaborate on these things. I'm saying this is an introduction. I'm going to conclude by showing you why candidates fail UTME every year. And you need to understand this, whether you have written JAM before or you have not written it, whether this one you are preparing for is your first attempt. You need this information. Why do candidates fail UTME every year? Why do people score below 200? Why? Thousands, so hundreds of thousands. If you check JAM statistics, result statistics every year, you'll be amazed. Hundreds of thousands score below 200 every year, despite preparations. In this series, these things are going to change because information is power. Knowledge is power. So the first reason why candidates fail JAMB every year is that they have no clear study plan. No clear study plan. Candidates they just do it anyhow. They don't have any clear study plan. The second reason is that they ignore the syllabus. They ignore the syllabus, and that is dangerous. The third reason why candidates fail is that they read without past questions. I'm going to show you how these things come together. Another reason why candidates fail is poor time management. Poor time management, whether before the exam, during their preparations, or during the exam when they are writing it. They manage time poorly. Another reason why candidates fail is panic inside the exam hall. You discover that a lot of candidates panic inside the exam hall. panic. They've heard so much about JAMB. They've heard how people feel JAMB. Maybe they fill their head with a lot of things at the lesson centers. They've seen their friends that they met at the center saying that they've written this, their third JAMB, and all kinds of things. So already they are afraid. So they enter the examination hall in fear. They panic inside the hall. So there's a little glitch in their system, panic. There's a little problem with their system, they begin to panic. These are the reasons why candidates fail. Not because they are dull. They are not failing because they are dull. They are not failing because they are not intelligent. They are failing because they prepared wrongly. Now, here is the hard truth that you must accept. Here is the very, very hard truth. If you prepare for UTME the way average candidates prepare, you are going to get average results. There's no two ways about it. If you prepare the way other candidates prepare, you will get the results that majority of the candidates get. Remember, at the end of every UTME year, you look at the number that scored 300 and above. They are few. And what I want to teach you in this series is how those people that score 300 do it. If you prepare the way 300 and above scorers prepare, you are going to join that league. That is the essence of these videos. Are you getting what I'm saying? So in these videos, I'm going to show you how high UTME scorers think, how high UTME scorers read, how they practice, and how they write the actual exams. I'm not going to be bugging you with what is not important. Okay? I want to help you in this series to understand how JAMB sets their questions. You need to understand that there is a way, there's a pattern that JAMB uses to set their questions. I want to show you what you must read and what you must ignore. Listen, high UTME score does not answer to reading everything. I can't say that enough. In these videos, I'm going to show you how to stop wasting your time on ineffective methods. Methods that are not working. Even though majority of the people are using those methods, but over time we've seen that if those methods are working, then we are supposed to have more and more number of people scoring above 300 in JAMB. I'm going to show you how to enter the exam hall with confidence. As I close this part, I want to let you know that scoring above 300 is not impossible. Scoring above 300 is not reserved for special students. It is reserved for prepared students. Scoring above 300 is the exclusive reserve of prepared students. And that preparation starts with understanding the exam. It does not start with fearing the exam. It does not start with being afraid of the exam. I welcome you once again to this series of teachings. If you are a JAMB candidate for this year, do yourself this singular favor of subscribing to this amazing channel. By the grace of God, we've been able to gather knowledge and experience over the years. We've handled UTME candidates, JAMB candidates for years. Of course, you can check our website, suresuccess.ng. It will attest to what I'm telling you. So what we are telling you is not guesswork. What we are telling you is not something that we picked up yesterday. It's something that has been tested and trusted. And I want you to tag along with me in this channel. If you do, I promise you that by the grace of God, you listen to the things we are saying, you apply the things we are going to teach you, you start studying using the methods we are going to expose in this series of videos, you will not, in fact, at the end of the day, when you must have written JAMB, you are going to attest to the fact that this YouTube channel was sent by God to you. Okay, this is where we end this. Of course, there's a book that I sell, and that book is written by yours sincerely. That book is going to help you a lot. No matter the subject you are writing for, no matter the course you are going for, if you have this book as a companion, it's going to show you the blueprint that you need in order to ace JAMB. It doesn't matter the target score. It doesn't matter what you want to score. It is possible. If you want 320, it is possible. 340, it is possible. If you follow our blueprint. Okay, welcome again as we wait for the next part. Thank you.